Hey guys, hope you're having a great day today. Okay, today in our household is going to be a big baking day. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna make a bunch of little breakfast oatmeal cups, some muffins, things like that. And I do not like having to wash those muffin tins out every single time I bake. So I figure if I do it once in one day, get it all done, I'll be finished. So I was kind of going through, I have 24 eggs. I had to count how many eggs I have. So then going through my recipes and seeing what I'm gonna make. So today, what I'm going to do is, we really like those oatmeal cups, and so we did the chocolate chip ones on our freezer meals. So we're going to do a chocolate chip one, an apple one, and a blueberry almond one. So I'm going to do those. Then I'm going to I have to make a pumpkin pie and a chocolate pie for a birthday, for my son's birthday this weekend. And then I'm also gonna mix up, I'm out of granola, and so I'm gonna make a plain granola, like a honey one, and then a chocolate granola. And I'm also gonna make some grape nuts. And so I know for my daughter's, the brunch that we're doing, we're gonna do a yogurt bar. And so I thought I was gonna just buy it, but I'm like, you know what? It's homemade, it's much better. So I'm gonna do that. So I'm gonna do 3 different times of that. You'll get to see that. And then I'm also going to do some pumpkin chocolate chip muffins because we like those. And then I found a recipe for some chai zucchini ones. And so I have some zucchini from a friend that gave me some zucchini this summer, and so that I pulled that out of the freezer. So I'm gonna make that today. So I'm gonna start with my breakfast cups first, and then keep moving and see how much. I got my afternoon free. Kids are off. We did our work this morning, got our school stuff done, and now I'm kind of free this afternoon, so I thought this would be a good day to get some baking. So I'll bring you along as I make it. This recipe, I ran out of muffin tins because I'm baking, so I'm going to use these brownie things. I think these are going to work out good. This one is 3 bananas, and I use my frozen ones, 3 cups of oatmeal, a half a cup of applesauce, a half a teaspoon of cinnamon, half a teaspoon of almond extract, a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, a 1/4 cup of maple syrup or honey. I used honey in mine. Get that in there. And then 1 cup of frozen or fresh blueberries. And then you can add like almond slices to it. You can add coconut. I added a little bit of shredded coconut to this one, and then also 2 tablespoons of melted coconut oil. So this is gonna be good. And then what I did, because my kids do like it a little a bit more flavorful, and I'm making these for other people, I added about a 1/4 cup of brown sugar to this just to make it a little bit sweeter. Yes, I know you don't need it, but since I'm serving it to people that normally have sugar on a daily basis, I don't want them to go, ew, it's so plain. So I did add more brown sugar to it. You don't have to though, it tastes really good. So I'm putting these in my brown, I think it's a brownie pan. I think that's what this is. I don't usually, someone gave it to me, so that's the only reason I have it. But this is gonna be really good. So I'm gonna stuff these full. Pack them down a little bit there. And bake this in the oven as well. This one didn't use any eggs, so I'll show you how they compare. It's a little bit thicker, the ingredients. Okay, this is the apple one. This one I doubled this recipe, so that's why you see a lot more stuff. And this is 3 cups of oatmeal, 2 tablespoons of brown sugar, 2 tablespoons of baking powder, 2 tablespoons of cinnamon, a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 1 cup of milk. I use coconut milk because I have a lot of coconut milk because I did not have any of my smoothies this month. I have just not been in the mood for them, so I figured I'd use that in here. 2 eggs, a 1/2 cup of applesauce, 2 tablespoons of vanilla. I use maple because I have maple, and 1 1/4 cups of apples cut up. So I cut 3 up, so it'd be about 1 1/2 apples cut up. So I'm gonna put these in here. I kind of like the way it turned out the other ones in here, so I'm gonna do at least 1 batch with these square ones. Grease pan, 350. Okay, I finished up all my oatmeal cups. So these were the chocolate chip ones. I got the big ones and the small ones. These were the blueberry ones. These were good. Okay, so the square ones really good. Those packed in nice, and some of the small ones were good. Okay, then I had a total epic mom fail where there was a lot of these little ones, as you can see. They probably weren't mixed really super well, so I would suggest you add a little bit more liquid to it to make them more solid. This was real dry. I mean, it was good. Like, these ones were fine because I packed them. These ones I did not. So I had this, and these were all the crumbs that broke, and I just smashed it into a pan and rebaked it. So that's how it looks. Looks good. The apple ones tasted really good. Those turned out really well as well. So those are good. So now we're on to muffins. Okay, so now I'm gonna mix up some pumpkin pie because that's what my son enjoys and that's what I make for his birthday. So I make crust super easy just because I don't like kneading it. You can take those little pastry cutters and do all that. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna put in my food processor all the ingredients and I'm just gonna pat it in a pan. So this is what we do for our pumpkin pie. We take 1 cup of flour, 1 cup of oatmeal, and half a cup of brown sugar. I'm going to process this for a few seconds. Super done. Then you're going to get out your stick of butter and you're going to kind of just cut it up to put it in there. Use regular butter or just fakey butter. I'm using fakey butter because I just am today. That's okay. Done. There's your dough. Okay, what I'm mixing up now is some grape nuts. Grape nuts, it's like a real crunchy, real good tasting cereal. Kind of like the grape nuts in the store, just not as crunchy. You could make it that much. I just make it more crispy. So what you do is you put 2 1/4 cup of brown sugar. Yes, it's a lot of sugar, but it's much better than the store. A quarter or 1 teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of baking soda, a 1/3 cup of butter melted, and instead of butter, I'm going to use coconut oil just because I already had that going. And then you need half a teaspoon of vanilla, but I'm gonna use maple extract again because I have maple. And then I need 2 1/2 cups of buttermilk. If you don't have buttermilk, which most people don't have buttermilk, you can just take regular milk, add about a tablespoon of vinegar to it, and stir it up. It'll kind of separate that. Pour that in there. Like sour milk, I guess is another word. Buttermilk, sour milk. Coconut milk's pretty thick, so I'm not worried about that. And add your vinegar, and it'll separate a little bit. Okay, then you need 3 cups of whole wheat flour. So you're gonna mix that up in your bowl, and it's gonna be like a nice thick batter. I'll show you here. See over there? Looks like a nice thick batter. It's very sweet tasting, looks like that. So if you don't add wheat flour, you can use white flour. You might just have to add a little bit more. You want it to kind of look like that. And then all you do is spray and put it in a 9x13 baking pan and bake it like a cake. We're gonna bake that at 350 until it's done, until a toothpick comes out, and then we're gonna let it cool a little bit, and then we're gonna crumble it up and then make little chunks of it. So, okay, next I'm gonna make up some granola. So now I do have a recipe on my blog at plainnotsoplain.com. Follow that to a T. Today I'm not gonna follow anything to a T. I'm gonna throw together what I have because it's about gathering up your fragments. Your base is gonna be your oats, and so I use oats. I have wheat germ, I have some sesame seeds, I have shredded coconut, I have some nuts, and coconut flour. I'm thinking that's it. I think that's all I'm going to add to my, and then brown sugar. And then you need like a liquid. My liquid is going to be peanut butter, coconut oil, and honey. That's going to be my sweetness factor. So we're going to mix those together, and then make a chocolate one as well. My chocolate one will be more oats, and then I'm going to add cocoa powder with the honey and the coconut oil, make my liquid, and put some chocolate chips in there. So that's what I'm doing now. Okay, so I've got everything all packed up away. I got all my muffins in here. I'm gonna freeze these and put all my things away. These are gonna be in the refrigerator for us to eat over the next couple days. These are gonna be frozen so I can take those with me when we go. Okay, so I just finished up, cleaned up the kitchen. I am finished mostly. What I have to do now is that grape nuts, what I'll do is let this cool and then I'll crumble it and then I'll bake it in the oven, but I gotta wait till the oven's, it is still baking food here. I've got, those are all bran muffins. That's a recipe my mom had given me. When I was a kid, we had all bran muffins and they were made with all bran cereal. I thought it was really gross when I was a kid, but it's so good. Just gross seeing the mushy cereal. And this is pumpkin pie cooking. That is our dinner heating up. This is gonna be for chocolate pie here I'm gonna make too. There's my veggie burger for dinner. This is chocolate and regular peanut butter granola. I gotta cook those as well. And then I'll put these in the freezer. So I'm gonna go take a break, go see kids, pack some stuff in the freezer, and then I'll come back and do this after dinner. Finished the chocolate pie here, so that's done. I'm gonna put that in the refrigerator. The pumpkin pie came out of the oven, that is done, so I'm gonna put that in the refrigerator. And I pulled out the chocolate back here, chocolate granola. So this I took out and I put about I don't know, maybe a cup of chocolate chips in here. So I'm just gonna let this cool completely and then I'll place it in a glass jar. So that's done. And then in the oven is my granola. It smells really good. It's almost, oh, hot pad. This is almost done. It's getting a little bit browner. A few more, probably another 20 minutes on that. And then this is the grape nuts. So you just break it apart like that. And then I'm going to bake it here. It's gonna get kind of crispy. This is real moist because I think the coconut milk is real moist in there. Get it real dry and then I'm gonna crush it up. And I might be able to finish that hopefully and add it to this video. So I'm just getting tired. Okay, got all of my granola done. This is the chocolate granola. I put sprinkled about a cup of chocolate chips, mini chocolate chips, and just stirred it. Now it will get cooled off and hardened, and then we'll have chocolate. This is the peanut butter one. This smells really good. So this, I'll just let this sit probably tomorrow and put it in glass jars. So that's finished. I'm waiting on the, this was dinner here. We had our beef stroganoff. Then this is the, oh, that's the bottom of the oven. This is the grape nuts. So I have to just let it dry out kind of. So I've got some big chunks because it was real soft because I let it sit a little bit too long. So it's it just needs to dry out and then it'll crumble up and it's really, really good. It tastes so good. Even just like this, it tastes good. It's like a nice, delicious cake. So that's gonna dry up and then I'll just crumble it. I don't know if I'll show that on video. It's just gonna get real crumbly, like tiny crumbs like this. Because I'm gonna be done here recording, I think, for the day. So I did that. My bran muffins came out. These were so good. Oh my goodness. My mom used to make bran muffins all the time as a kid. These were really good. So, okay, so I thank you, Grandma Linda, because you probably watched this for that recipe. So those were so delicious. I'm loving the little square pans. I got that from a friend and they were like brownie pans and I used it and I was like, I probably would never use it, but I actually like them for the muffins. They make them nice and square and sturdy. So I've got all of our things frozen. I put away the oatmeal cups, the mini ones for the wedding brunch. I'm gonna freeze those solid along with mini pumpkin muffins and freeze those. And then I'm hoping to take them in a cooler and take them up on our drive up. Hopefully they'll stay kind of frozen. I'm hoping so, I don't know. If not, if something happens and they thaw and they taste yucky, I'll just buy something up there. But I'd like to take homemade food because homemade is so much better. So I'm gonna try to take those with us for part of our brunch. And then the rest I froze for us to eat, the chocolate chip pumpkin, the bran, and then all the oatmeal cups. They were all really good. The blueberry one was actually very surprisingly good. The kids like that. They don't even like blueberries. So that was good. And the apple cinnamon was good. Probably good with like some maple syrup dipping sauce probably. But these are gonna be great to take in the car while we're driving, or even just when we're there, so I don't have to do like a whole bowl of oatmeal, because it's got the egg in there, it's got just a little bit of sweetener, and then all the oatmeal. So that's a great quick meal for breakfast. So, okay, so I think I'm done in here for now until the grape nut thing is done. I'm just gonna, been in here a long day for the kitchen. It's been a long time and I'm tired, and so I think I'm just gonna shut this off and get the kids kind of cleaned up, and we'll get ready for bed tonight. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this little video of our baking day, and we will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.